Destiny transfer and blockage attempts. Gifted children of God are not the only ones who have access to the hidden realms. Remember that every good gift comes from above, and there are many who choose to do evil with the gifts given that were originally meant for good. I know many would wonder why God would give people who end up using their gifts for evil gifts in the first place. But that's no different from asking why God would create Satan if Satan chose to do evil. As I stated in the beginning of the book, many people are born into families connected to secret demonic groups with assignments to keep those who God has chosen in delusion. The more people become aware of their spiritual gifts and purpose through God and understand the battle between good and evil, the more they will strive to use their gifts to their fullest potential to serve God. Remember, you can't fight for what you don't even know exists, right? That's the point. They don't want you to know what exists. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. What people often consider mental illness is actually spiritual. Even if someone appears crazy, it's all spiritual. Those unaware of the spiritual realm and those secretly involved in spiritual deception will label them as mentally ill. God said in the last days, He will pour out His Spirit on everyone, leading many to discover their spiritual gifts. They will have to choose to use these gifts for good or bad. Those who accept their spiritual gifts will see hidden mysteries and face attacks because they can uncover the devil's schemes. Children of God must be trained to see clearly in the Spirit to battle spiritual wickedness. This training helps them reveal hidden truths, threatening the kingdom of darkness. Demonic covenants and schemes will be at risk. The devil will try to distract or derail children of God, especially those born into families with demonic covenants. The devil's mission is to sabotage those who can reveal his plots. The devil places agents in influential positions to monitor and control God's chosen ones. These agents can be in the medical field, law, entertainment, tech, religious leadership, and even within families. They aim to suppress spiritual gifts and mislead those discovering their purpose. This coordination setup is known as gang stalking. From a young age, spiritually gifted individuals may be gaslighted and dismissed to suppress their abilities. This suppression results in a lack of training and preparedness for spiritual warfare. Today, more children are taught to recognize and use their spiritual gifts, breaking the cycle of suppression. Rediscovering spiritual gifts as an adult can be overwhelming. Excitement about using these gifts often lead to sharing experiences, sometimes with those who plot against them. The devil's agents use this information to make the experience unpleasant, aiming to scare individuals away from their purpose. Witchcraft is used to manipulate and sabotage individuals with spiritual gifts. This includes sending spirits to torment and confuse, causing paranoia and fear. Those discovering their gifts must seek guidance from God and be equipped to handle these spiritual attacks. A supportive family or community can help individuals navigate their spiritual journey without much affliction. Those breaking generational curses face greater challenges because they don't have the same support, but play a crucial role in stopping the cycle for future generations. Understanding spiritual warfare and generational curses is essential for using spiritual gifts to their fullest potential. By acknowledging these challenges and seeking support and guidance from God, individuals can overcome obstacles and fulfill their purpose. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. The spirits they send are meant to twist things to make you believe their lies and look crazy. This is the reason you will see so many people out there who are gifted, but when they speak, they make no sense. People who are gifted and truly hearing in the Spirit may hear familiar, lying spirits and lack the ability to discern them. This leads them to believe and share some truth mixed with false visions with those who are against them. This can make all that they see and hear seem believable. Before I share my own journey in the psych ward, I want to explain the motives and spiritual occurrences that can lead to such a situation. Many people experience similar spiritual attacks because witches and warlocks use the same tactics, though everyone's breaking point differs. Some are tormented with the spirit of suicide, leading them to the psych ward. The attacker's goal is to push the victim to harm themselves by making them believe the only escape is through suicide, drugs, or alcohol because they can't handle their spiritual gifts anymore. Satan's tactic, as seen with Job, is to torment the mind through traumatic dreams and visions. This can lead people from a state of spiritual peace to one of constant attack and fear of sleep. The torment can push them to seek ways to numb their minds, like sex, drugs, or alcohol, which can lead to addiction or overdose. This tactic is often used on celebrities due to envy or greed. You may witness some celebrities who start off doing well and end up mentally sick or in complete despair, losing it all. When someone strong enough to fight these spirits seeks help, they may appear crazy due to the torment they've experienced. They might confuse the spiritual with the physical, leading to actions that seem irrational to others. For example, responding to a spirit in a store might make them look insane to bystanders. Because we go through stages where our gifts can strengthen, the attackers wait until the victim's spiritual sensitivity is heightened before launching stronger attacks. This can make it hard to discern what is real, leading to danger. They use monitoring spirits to observe and report on the effectiveness of their attacks. These spirits can threaten the victim, leading them to potential fatal actions like suicide by stepping into traffic, jumping balconies, etc. When the spiritual realm becomes clearer than the physical, it's crucial to have knowledgeable support. However, many don't have this, making them vulnerable during critical times of spiritual awakening. The attackers aim to frighten the victim into submission, hoping they will self-medicate or commit suicide. This tactic also leads to public panic and erratic behavior, making the victim appear mentally ill to outsiders. Those secretly involved in the attacks may use this opportunity to have the victim committed to a psych ward, solidifying a false diagnosis of mental illness. The aim is to mix truth with lies to confuse and discredit the victim. Without discernment, the victim believes the lies and reacts negatively, reinforcing the appearance of mental instability, reactive abuse. Doctors then document these behaviors, leading to a diagnosis of bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, or psychosis. The strategy is to make the victim look crazy to hide the attacker's involvement. Without discernment, the victim is likely to believe all they hear in the spirit, allowing the devil to mix truth with lies effectively. Once the victim realizes they are under attack, they may struggle to convince others of the truth due to their earlier perceived irrational behavior. The torment aims to make good things appear bad and vice versa, tricking the victim into speaking negatively, thus damaging their credibility. The people who know the truth are either experiencing similar attacks or are the ones causing them. Those involved pretend to show interest in the victim's experiences to gather information and confirm the success of their attacks, ultimately setting the victim up for further harm.